Good morning, children. Welcome. Today we are going to see chapter number 2, that is nutrition in animals. This is a very interesting topic because it is related to our day to day life, everyday life, what we eat, how do we eat, and what happens when we eat. Okay, so let us start. What is nutrition? Okay, see, animal nutrition. Nutrition means what? The mode of taking food by an organism and its utilization in the body is called nutrition. Means what? You just take the food. Okay, where does this food goes? What happens to this food? This all processes is known as nutrition. Okay, not just you're taking the food in, but this food is utilized by your body to get energy, and this is known as nutrition. Okay, so animal nutrition includes nutrient requirement, mode of taking food, and its utilization in the body. So all the animals get their food directly or indirectly from the plants. Directly means what? They consume the plants, but indirectly means what? They do not consume raw plants. Okay, like us. That is, those are not herbivores. Okay, herbivores includes in directly will get their food from the plants, and indirectly means all the omnivores, carnivores. Okay, next, it includes the digestion part. Okay, so what is digestion? The process by which complex food substances are broken down into simple substances is called digestion. Correct? Digestion means what? Breaking down. You have to remember the meaning of the word digestion. Digestion means breaking down. You, when you consume, if you consider an example, if you are consuming a rice, okay, so do the rice goes into your mouth? Correct? There you keep on churning into your chewing into the mouth, and this bolus goes into your stomach. Okay, so what happens in stomach? Again it is converted into simpler substances. So why this conversion is taking place in the digestion? Because these complex substances are not easy to digest. Okay, like water, juices are easily digested, but the complex food substances like rice, chapati, it cannot be digested as a whole. So this has to be broken down into the simpler substances, and this process is known as digestion. Okay, so there are different ways of taking food, as we consume food by our hand. Correct? We consume food by our hand, and the mouth is doing our work. Okay, so there's a table over there. See, snail, what kind of food it takes? Grass. The mode of feeding is chewing. Okay, it chews by its teeth. Next is ant. It feeds on insect. It is scraping. Scraping means what? You have to just, she does like this. Okay, this is known as scraping. Next, eagle feeds on flesh and swallowing. Hummingbird, it feeds on nectar. Mode of feeding is sucking. Lice, that is blood, sucking. Mosquito feeds on blood. Mode is sucking. Sucking means what you do with your straw. When you sip by your straw any liquid, that is known as sucking. Butterfly, nectar. Nectar means flower juice. Correct? The mode is sucking. Housefly, decaying matter, that is brewing. Brewing means what? It There's a very you can say a complex mechanism in housefly. It What you can say, it spits on the food substances, and the acids present in that spit, it melts down the substances, and then it sucks the substance, and this is known as brewing. Okay, brewing means what? You are just dissolving the substance in your spit. See here, what all animals we saw, that is snail, ant, eagle, lice is there, housefly, butterfly, then mosquito is there, hummingbird is there. Okay, you can see the mode of feeding and the what on what it is feeding. Okay, next, so you have a food in your in front of you. Now now we are going to start eating. So what all things are going to happen with that food is known as digestion, and the main parts of this digestion, that is the alimentary canal, you can say a digestive tract or a alimentary canal, from where the food is going to from where the food is going to enter, and the food is going to travel with a certain path, that is known as alimentary canal. So what are the main parts? The buccal cavity. Buccal means what? The mouth. Then the esophagus. Okay, that is food pipe. Then stomach, small intestine, large intestine, rectum and anus. Okay, the main glands are salivary glands, liver and pancreas. The alimentary canal and the glands together is called the digestive system. That is the associated glands and the main parts of the alimentary canal are known as digestive system. So just recall again, see the figure over there. There's a buccal cavity, correct, which includes mouth, teeth, tongue. Okay, then there is a epiglottis in between, then there's a salivary gland present in the mouth. Okay, so buccal cavity, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, rectum and anus, and the main glands are salivary glands, liver and pancreas. Okay, you can see over down there, there's a food pipe after the mouth, then at the left side there's a liver, below there's a pancreas, and the stomach is there, then small intestine and the large intestine is covered by the small intestine. Okay, then there's a rectum, and at the last part it is a anus, where the excretory system is working. Okay, so we'll see one by one. The first was a buccal cavity and the mouth. Cavity means what? Cavity is the hollow thing present. Okay, whatever the hollow thing is present is known as cavity. And buccal means mouth. Okay, so it is known as the mouth and the buccal cavity. So the food is taken into the body through the mouth. This process is called ingestion. Okay, you can relate this word with injection. Injection, what is done? What is done in the process of injection? Okay, they they push the medicine into your body. Correct. Same is the process of ingestion. Okay, I have just given this example of injection just to relate the meaning, or to remember by the trick what is ingestion. The food is taken into body through the mouth, and this process is called ingestion. In the mouth, the food is broken down into smaller pieces by the teeth. So the teeth does the work of our mixer. Correct. What the mixer does, it breaks down the larger pieces into smaller pieces. The mouth has salivary glands which secrete saliva. The saliva breaks down the starch into sugars. Okay, our food what we eat is not the sugar what we consume in the body. It is made up of starch. Okay, this is a complex carbohydrate that is known as starch, and this starch is converted into simple carbohydrate that is known as sugars, and this process takes place into the mouth itself when you put your food into the mouth. The tongue helps to mix the food with saliva and swallow the food. Okay, so see the buccal cavity for diagram over there. There's a teeth, then upper lip, lower lip, the gums are present, the floor and the tongue is present. The vulva is present, that is when you open your mouth you can see a small tongue behind, okay, that is known as vulva. Then the teeth, then there's a palate, hard palate, soft palate, then the cheek is present, okay, and there's a tongue in between. Okay, so next we turn over to the function of teeth. Okay, so the function of teeth was what? To chew the food. Okay, so there are four types of teeth. Okay, there are four types of teeth: the incisors, canines, premolars, and molars. Okay, incisors means what? Incisors are the two, what you can say, you have seen the photo of Dracula, correct? How are the teeth of Dracula? Okay, two coming outside. Okay, there's a two coming outside from up and two coming outside from the below, correct? So these are known as the incisors. They look like a scissors, they are pointed. Okay, that's why they are known as incisors. So what incisors do? Help in biting and cutting the food. Have you ever observed when you want to tear a packet or something, do you tear with your front teeth? No, you always tear with your incisors. See here, okay, you tear with your incisors, like this you tear, correct? So you help the it helps in biting or cutting the food. Next are the canines. Canines are the what? Help in the piercing and tearing the food. Again, okay, the incisor, sorry, I just read the incisors one. See, the canines are one which are pointed. Okay, the canines are one which are pointed, and the incisors are the front teeth. Okay, these are the up and above. Okay, the incisors are the front teeth, and the canines are the Dracula ones. Okay, sorry children, there was a reading mistake by me. Okay, I'll repeat once again. The canines are the Dracula one teeth. Okay, and incisors are the front and the lower teeth. Okay, then there's a premolars and molars. These are the chewing and the grinding food. Okay, see the molars present over there at the back side. Okay, very at the end there are molars, and in between the canine and molars are present the premolars. Okay, so number of teeth, the count it, how many are there now? Incisors you have 4 up, 4 below, correct? Then canines you have 2 up, 2 below. Then premolars and molars together you have 10 up, 10 below. So total incisors are 8, canines are 4, and premolars and molars are 20. Okay, so how many teeth you are having? 8 plus 4, yes, 12. 12 plus 20, 32. Correct. Okay, so how many teeth you are having in total? 32. You have the dialogue, correct? तेरी बत्तीसी तोड़ दूंगा. मतलब what? Okay, you have 32 teeth in your mouth. Okay, again I'll repeat once again. Okay, incisors means what? The 4 teeth present in front. Okay, which you brush like this. These are known as incisors. There are 2 canines, the Dracula teeth. Okay, 2 canines. Then there are premolars, and then at the last there are molars, and in total there are 32 teeth in your mouth. Okay, so how you can check that there is a saliva in your mouth? Okay, so there is a activity given over here. Effect of saliva on starch. How you can recognize that there is a saliva present and the conversion of starch is taking into the sugar. Okay, take two test tubes. In one test tube put some boiled rice, in the another test tube but some boiled rice after chewing for 3 to 5 minutes. What they are doing, in one test tube they have taken just the boiled rice, and in second test tube what they have done, you have chewed the rice and then put it into the test tube. Add some water to both the test tubes. The boiled rice turns blue black due to presence of starch. Okay, you are adding iodine solution to each test tube. Okay, you are adding iodine solution to each test tube, and when you add iodine solution, the one with the only boiled rice turns blue black because there is a presence of starch, and the chewed rice does not turn blue black because saliva converted the starch into sugar. Okay, the iodine test is used to detect the presence of starch. So in the chewed rice there was no such sugar, so there was no such starch present into the rice, and the starch was converted into sugar with the help of saliva. Okay, so did you understand the what is present in your mouth, what process takes place in your mouth, and what is the test, that is iodine test, is used to detect the starch in your food material. Okay, so next here comes the tongue. So what tongue helps us in the digestion? The tongue has taste buds to detect different taste of the body. The different regions of tongue detect different taste. Okay, so see, there is no specific that in center all the tests are present. All the tests are, you know the taste, what are the tastes are there: bitter, sour, salty, and sweet. Okay, so see the diagram over there. In front if you put the sugar you take the sugar crystal and put on your tongue, you can feel the sweet taste at the tip of the tongue. Then when you put a salt, you can feel it over the sides, the lateral side, the front lateral side of your tongue. Then the sour, if you put a lemon, then you can feel the sour taste at the back, at the lateral back of your tongue. And then there's a bitter, that is when you consume a medicine. Okay, you don't feel the bitterness in front of the tongue, you feel it when you swallow it. Correct, so the bitter taste is at the back of your tongue. Okay, so here's the activity given. Okay, prepare solutions of sugar, common salt, lemon juice, and juice of crushed neem leaves or bitter gourd. Okay, bitter gourd means karela. Use a clean toothpick and put each solution one by one on different areas of the tongue. Mark the areas of the tongue which could detect the sweet, salty, bitter, or sour substances. Okay, so children, today you have to do this activity at your home. Okay, take a toothpick, or you can take a dropper and then put one by one. Okay, firstly you take the sugar solution, put it at the tip of your, or anywhere on the tongue where you can feel the sweet. You have to note where you can feel the sweetness. Next, after that, drink water, wait for 2 minutes, then take the common salt solution, put it on your tongue, see where you feel the saltiness. Then again drink water, wait for 2 minutes, then take lemon juice, put it on your tongue, feel where you feel the sourness, then drink water, wait for 2 minutes, then take the neem leaves or the bitter gourd. Okay, and then feel the where you can feel the bitterness. Okay, so here's your activity for today. You have to check where you can feel the taste of the whatever substances you have taken to taste. Okay, children, so here we have seen about the mouth and the tongue. Okay, so till here you have completed your digestive system, that is in the mouth what happens when you take the food. In the next video we are going to see about the what happens when you swallow the food. Okay, where the food is going to travel to, what it is going to travel. Okay, children, read whatever I have taught till the buccal cavity and the tongue. Okay, thank you children.